Kejriwal's plea against ED arrest in High Court. The High Court to hear Kejriwal's coercive action plea at 2:30 p.m. In fact, the Delhi High Court to the Enforcement Directorate says, show proof against Kejriwal. Kejriwal has moved court requesting no action against him. In fact, he's said to the High Court, direct the ED not to arrest me. Then I'll appear. This is precisely the words of Arvind Kejriwal to court. Let me cut across to Munish joining us for more on that. Munish, multiple summons, much over 7 of them that have gone out to Arvind Kejriwal. And it appears that the matter has now finally reached court with Kejriwal's plea asking for exemption from arrest. He says that I will appear only if there is a word and a commitment that I will not be arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. Take us through the developments in this case.
Well, Nabila, this is a very crucial happening which is taking place at the Delhi High Court. As far as the petition is concerned, remember this has been filed by Arvind Kejriwal asking that he should be given an assurance by the Enforcement Directorate that there should be no coercive action against him. And regarding that, the matter was heard before the Delhi High Court. Abhishek Manu Singhi, appearing on behalf of Arvind Kejriwal, he has indicated that the entire summons issued to Arvind Kejriwal is nothing but an attempt to arrest Arvind Kejriwal. This has been a remark by Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhi before the court in regards to this summons by the Enforcement Directorate. The Delhi High Court has heard the matter for now, and Abhishek Manu Singhi has also given this indication that this is a political matter. He gave one example also the day when the Lok Sabha elections were announced. The same day Arvind Kejriwal was summoned. So he has given a political color to this entire summons by the Enforcement Directorate. As far as ED is concerned, remember Nabila, 9 times Arvind Kejriwal has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate, but every time he has given some excuse and he has not appeared before the agency. Delhi High Court asked the Enforcement Directorate that whether they have any material to question Arvind Kejriwal or to take any action against the Delhi Chief Minister, to which Enforcement Directorate replied saying that we have material, and now the court has asked ED to present the material at 2:30 this afternoon, when the High Court will be going through the material and later the directions will be passed on to both the parties. So as far as ED is concerned, why it becomes important, Nabila, because in past we have seen that not only in their press releases but in the charge sheet also filed in this case, Enforcement Directorate has time and again said that they have strong evidence against Arvind Kejriwal, and that is why they want to question Arvind Kejriwal, and if there is a necessity, then they want to take extreme action also. Nabila.
All right. It could be very possible that they could take extreme action if Arvind Kejriwal does not comply. Let me cut across to Nalini, also joining us on the phone line, who's tracking court closely. Nalini, ED versus Kejriwal right now in court. Kejriwal says, unless you give me a word that I won't be arrested, I won't appear. Give us more details.
Well, Nabila, Arvind Kejriwal had claimed before the court that these were election summons that were being issued to him specifically to stop him from participating in the 2024 Lok Sabha polls and to ensure that there is no level playing field. He also alleged that a lot of these summons, a lot of these parts have been left blank. There are no details given to him regarding in what capacity he is being summoned, under what offences he is being summoned, or even if he is being summoned as a witness. Keeping that in mind, what the High Court has told the Enforcement Directorate is that if none of the details are being shared with Arvind Kejriwal, then the Enforcement Directorate should bring the proof before the High Court, show what evidence there is against Arvind Kejriwal, and on the basis of that, the High Court is going to decide how it needs to proceed further in the case. Now, ED might be given time till tomorrow to bring forth the evidence, but as to whether or not there will be any order on coercive action against Arvind Kejriwal or not, arguments on that will be continuing at 2:30 p.m. today before the Delhi High Court bench of Justice Suresh Kumar Kaith, who is heading the bench. It's a division bench that's hearing the matter. It remains to be seen as to whether or not there will be any relief for Arvind Kejriwal, because ED is maintaining that they have sufficient evidence against him, and not only that, but also he is obliged to comply with the summons and appear before them for questioning whenever he is called to.
All right. Thanks, Nalini and Munish, for joining us on that. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal versus ED face-off only exploding. In fact, Kejriwal has moved the Delhi High Court once again with fresh plea against the probe agency. Kejriwal asks the High Court to direct Enforcement Directorate to take no coercive action against him. He stated that, in fact, he's ready to appear before the probe agency only if he is assured that he won't be arrested. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal was summoned by the ED for the 9th time, but he was yet again skipped. He skipped those summons. So far, he skipped all 8 summons, terming it as illegal and politically motivated. The investigative officers and the agency has claimed that K. Kavita of the BRS has conspired with Kejriwal and Sisodia to formulate the excise policy. ED alleges that Kejriwal paid at least 100 crores to Aam Aadmi Party leaders in exchange for favors, or at least the South cartel did.
ईडी एक इंडिपेंडेंट इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी नहीं है। ईडी भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एक पॉलिटिकल टूल है, एक राजनीतिक हथियार है। ईडी अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को जांच में भागीदारी के लिए नहीं बुला रही है, वो उनको गिरफ्तार करने के लिए बुला रही है कि वो चुनाव में कैंपेन ना कर सके।
अगर कट्टर ईमानदार हैं, दामन साफ है, तो जांच से क्यों भाग रहे हैं, इतने भयभीत क्यों हैं? कल भी इनके वकीलों ने दिल्ली हाईकोर्ट के समक्ष यही दलील रखी, लेकिन दिल्ली हाईकोर्ट ने कोई इंटरिम प्रोटेक्शन नहीं दी। मैं यही जानना चाहती हूँ कि भाई देश की विभिन्न कचहरियां बार बार ये बोल रही हैं कि प्राइमा फेसी एविडेंस इस्टेब्लिश हो गया है आम आदमी पार्टी के लीडर्स के खिलाफ, तो माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी को परवाह नहीं है अपने साथियों की, जांच में जुड़ क्यों नहीं रहे?
बार बार सम्मन सिर्फ इसलिए दिया जा रहा है किसी भी तरह से राजनीतिक मकसद से अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को गिरफ्तार किया जाए। उस गिरफ्तारी को लेकर के अदालत में आज अर्जी लगाई गई है कि अदालत जो है उस गिरफ्तारी पर रोक लगाए, कोएसिव एक्शन पे रोक लगाए।
बेहतर होता है अरविंद केजरीवाल जांच एजेंसी के सामने जाके अपनी स्थिति स्पष्ट करते, लेकिन जिस तरह से वो एक प्रोटेक्शन मांग रहे हैं कि मुझे गिरफ्तार न किया जाए, तो आप क्या रास्ता दिखा रहे हैं पूरे देश में? अगर हर आरोपी अपने ऊपर लगने वाले हर सम्मन पर इस तरह की व्यवस्था खड़ी करने लगेगा और जिस तरह का व्यवहार अरविंद केजरीवाल कर रहे हैं और जिस तरह से भाग रहे हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल अब कट्टर ईमानदार नहीं, कायर केजरीवाल है।